First look at AOSP Extended ROM version 9.0 based on Android 12 running on the Poco F1. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchy here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to have our first look at AOSP Extended ROM version 9.0 based on Android 12 running on the Poco F1. Do note this is a beta build and SE Linux is set as permissive out of the box. The kernel they are using is Shiva's no-name kernel. Android security patch is from October 5th, 2021, and this is how the build comes out of the box. This is how the quick settings panel are going to look like. This is how the volume panel looks like. And if you're wondering, I am using the Google Apps build. All the relevant links are in the description of this video. Select working without any issues. Screenshot works like a boss as well because this here is Pixel Launcher. If I go into any page or any settings which does let me take an extended screenshot and I take a screenshot using the button combination, I do get the option of capture more, and now I can choose what all content I want to capture. You do have the magnifier glass working without any issues. You do have these small knobs which you can use to configure or choose what content you want to capture in your extended screenshot. Next up, how does the power menu look? Bam, this is how the power menu is going to look like. And as for your quick setting tiles, here are the different tile options which are available. You do have tiles for camera access and mic access. We are going to talk about this later in the video. And you also have a tile for your dark theme. Tap on edit and you can of course add more tiles in case you want to do that. And the animations of Android 12, pretty dope. Next up, we are going to address the elephant in the room. You do have Material You. Do note that Google's implementation has not yet been open sourced yet, so they are using K-Dragon's implementation of Material You. So let us go into wallpapers and style. This is how the UI is going to look like. You can of course choose between wallpaper colors or basic colors. You do have a toggle for dark theme and a toggle for themed icons. You can of course change the wallpaper grid as well. So let us tap on change wallpaper and here and change the wallpaper to something else, and you can of course choose between the different applications to let you change wallpapers. Let us choose gallery for now, and then let us tap on this folder and choose the matrix one to set as the wallpaper. There it is. You can see Material You kicked in. The accent color has changed. Apply it on the home screen and on the lock screen. There it is, applied without any issues. The icons shading also changed over here. This here now is the quick settings panel, Material You working. This is the volume panel, and this here is the power menu, Material You working as well. Messages application, Material You working. For the phone app, let us check if it is working or not. So that is not working, but again, do note this is a beta and sometimes it does not apply to certain applications. If you ask me why is the search bar black, this is a bug, again known issue and a beta build. Do note that you might have to update all your applications from the Play Store for Material You to kick in for certain apps. And next up, let us cover the widgets. So press and hold, and then if I go into widgets, you will notice I do have another Easter egg called Android S Easter egg. This is your paint chips. Drag and drop, bring it to your home screen, and now I have chips of all the colors being used in this specific wallpaper. If I tap on it, I can of course share it using Android's quick share menu. Then those of you who are looking for the clock widget, you do have the clock widgets. Now out of the box, the build does not come with Google Clock 7.1, so the APK is linked in the description of the video. Install that and you are going to get all the new widgets. So when you try to choose this analog clock, you are going to get the option of choosing a clock face. Bam, there it is. I can now choose whatever clock face I want to. Similarly, if I try to use any other clock, I should get the option of choosing the transparency mode. So here it is. I can now choose between solid and transparent. Let us choose transparent. Bam, there it is. And you also have the stopwatch widget as well. So this here is the stopwatch widget. No customizations available for this one, but again, you do have a stopwatch. You can pause it and you can also set laps and all the other fancy stuff which you can do with a clock widget are working without any issues. Next up, let us head over to settings. So this is how the settings are going to look like, and as you can see, scrolling is pretty smooth. If I try to search for game, for starters, you will notice that the keyboard of course is Gboard and it has been themed with Material U. So game dashboard is not available on this build. Next up, let us head over to apps. So if I go into any application which say requires location permission, and herein if I go into location, I do have three different options for location, and then I can also remove the permission if application is not used for some time. Now those of you who are a fan of the AOSP gallery application, go into permissions and give it the permission of files and media, and it should start working for you. Next up, you do have default apps. So again, make sure you set your default caller ID app as the phone application, and for browser, choose whatever you want to Chrome or DuckDuckGo. Pixel Launcher is baked in out of the box. Google Assistant is there. So that is all about apps. Then we can head over to notifications. So herein you can of course configure your notifications on a per app basis. Notification history is present. Now do note everything is Material U themed. The buttons are also in the same accent color. Priority conversations are also there along with bubbles. Do note WhatsApp does not support bubbles right now. Then you have your do not disturb and toggles for all the other options which you see on your screen right now. Next up, we can jump over to battery. So this is how the battery menu is going to look like. Unfortunately, you do not have the toggle for battery percentage. Again, this is a beta build. Going to battery usage, this is how the graphs are going to look like. You do have battery saver along with extreme battery saver, wherein you can choose when you want to use extreme battery saver and choose your essential applications as well. Then you can also set a schedule for your battery saver based on your routine or based on your percentage, and you have a toggle to turn off battery saver when the phone is charged to 90%. Moving over to sound, you do have different sliders. Live caption is there along with adaptive sound. Now playing, do not enable this unless you want your media to be lagging. Then you have shortcut to prevent ringing. So herein you can use volume up and power together to put the phone either into vibrate or into mute, and you have toggles for all the different options which you see on your screen. Next up, we have wallpapers and style. So we have covered almost all of the things in wallpapers and style, but again, something which I have noticed is this wallpapers and style has a different animation effect as you can see on your screen. So go into sound, that is the animation effect. Go into display, come back, that is the animation effect. Go into wallpapers and style, you get this bouncy animation effect wherein you can see the background wallpaper as well. So I'm not sure why that is different, but something worth mentioning. Moving over to security, you do have fingerprint unlock, and that is the only option other than your PIN and password. No face unlock, but the fingerprint unlock is super fast and super reliable on this build. Next up in settings, we have the option of privacy. So of course with Android 12, privacy is an important feature. So they do have a privacy dashboard which is going to show you what applications or when the camera has been accessed, when the microphone has been accessed, and by what application. Similarly, you also have toggles for camera access, microphone access, and clipboard access. Now what are these toggles? For that, let us go into camera go, and now if I try to record a video, so the video is recording. If I access my quick settings, you will notice in the notification shade I have a green icon with the mic and camera inside that. That means that something right now is accessing my camera and microphone. So that is what the toggles in your quick settings are for. You can enable or disable this, and similarly you can change these options from settings and privacy as well. You have toggles for camera access and microphone access, and clipboard access is going to work in the same way as well. And it looks like I totally skipped the display section. My bad about that. So let us jump over to display. Herein you can of course change your brightness. Adaptive brightness is there, works without any issues. Go into lock screen. These are the different options. You can of course add a text on the lock screen. Always on display is there, works like a boss. Animations are pretty dope. Then you also have screen timeout, and you also have a toggle for screen attention wherein Your phone is not going to turn off if somebody is looking at it, and it works absolutely fine. Dark theme is there along with the toggle, and of course you can schedule your dark theme based on time and from sunset to sunrise. Now for sunset to sunrise, it is going to access your location, and you do have a pretty big notification about that. Then you can change the font size, display size, the DPI. Similarly, you can configure your night light as well, and again location access needed for sunset to sunrise. Then you can change your colors: natural, boosted, adaptive, or saturated, and you can change your color balance as well using the sliders. As you can see on your screen right now, they are working without any issues. Then you have the option of auto rotate screen along with face detection. Double tap to wake is there. Let us test if it is working or not. Bam, there it is. Double tap to wake, working like a boss. Then we can head over to system. So herein, let us go into gestures. You of course have quickly open the camera by pressing the power button twice. System navigation, two different options, three button or full screen gestures. Now with full screen gestures, you do have the option of configuring the sensitivity for the left edge and the right edge, and you also have a toggle of swipe to invoke assistant. One-handed mode is there, and as you can see on your screen, it works without any issues. And you can of course configure this gesture to either enable one-handed mode or for notifications, and you also have the option of enabling one-handed mode with pressing the accessibility button. Once you enable this, you should have something show up, and let me enable that. Or you can use the volume keys in case you want to. Bam, here it is. This is the accessibility button I was talking about. Then you also have press and hold power button for assistant in case you want to do that, and we already covered this prevent ringing in the sound section. Other than that, with AOSP extended, you do get Poco extras. So herein you can of course configure your system wide vibration strength, and then you also have default patterns. This is like OnePlus or Oxygen OS ringtone patterns. Then you also have kcal. Once you enable this, you can again configure your RGBs, the saturation, the contrast and stuff. For the changes to kick in, you do have to turn the screen on and off, and then they are going to work. If you do not like it, reset it and then again turn the screen on and off, and you should be back to normal. Other than that, you also have your profiles, and that is available for the thermals and for your performance profile. Again, for more knowledge about these, do refer the description of this video. System UI tuner, I think this is a leftover thing, and do not worry about it. This does let you configure all the items you want to see in your status bar. You might get some other options over here, but again, you might find all those options in display and other places as well. So again, remember, this is a beta build, to expect some issues. As for your system wide search, something which they did add with Android 12 that I think is broken right now for this specific build. Yep, it is not searching my contact, so system wide search is broken. Then with respect to your YouTube media playback, everything works absolutely fine. Live caption works, picture in picture works. Of course, for picture in picture to work, either you need to have YouTube Premium or you need to be in a specific country in case you do not want to pay for YouTube Premium. With respect to Google Photos, you either get original quality, which is going to count against your storage, or you get storage saver, which should be unlimited. Then we can also check if the feature of portrait light is working or not, but before that, material U is working in Google Photos. Let us try to edit a picture of my favorite football star and check if the feature of portrait light is working or not. So we have the loading bar. Let us wait for this to finish. Once this is done, we can go into tools and portrait light. Bam, here it is. Portrait light available and working without any issues. Super important thing to remember, it only works on human objects, not going to work on my chicken friend over here. With respect to the assistant lady, she is there, she helps you with the screen turned on, but with the screen turned off, the assistant lady is broken. And then for safety net is not going to pass out of the box. You will have to root your device, and once you have rooted your device, you can go into settings here and make sure you have enabled magic hide. Once that is done, go into the second option here and select magic hide, and then tap on the search on the bottom. Herein enable show system apps and then enable Magic Hide for Play Store and Play services. Next up, go into settings, go into your apps, see all apps. Herein search for the Google Play Store and Play services. Go ahead and go into storage and cache, clear the data for Play Store, Play services, reboot your device, and once you do that, you should be able to have a certified device in the Google Play Store, which means that banking apps are going to work for you without any issues. Another important thing to note over here is that if Material U is not working for you, then there is a Magisk module, which again is linked in the description of this video. Try to install this and see if Material U starts working for you on Google applications. And as for your app opening animations, here are the app opening animations on your screen right now. You can see everything is pretty smooth. Recents, bam, here it is. Recents are also very smooth, and super important thing to note over here is that with Android 12 you can now share pictures and links directly from your recents. So here it is. I can share this link. I can also share this picture in case I want to. As for the Google feed, here it is. No jitters, no lags. Everything is smooth. Animation from Google feed to home screen is also smooth. The lady does want to help me, but not right now, please. And if I try to switch between applications, again, there it is. You can see no jitters, no lags. Everything is smooth. So what is the final take on AOSP extended beta build based on Android 12 running on the Poco F1? I think we should be more than happy that we have such a stable, such a smooth, such a dope build. Of course, it is beta. Do note that Android 12 was released to AOSP less than 10 days ago, and the things which they have achieved in 10 days are super impressive in my opinion. But again, that is my opinion. You are entitled to your opinion as well. Will I use this as a daily driver? To be very honest, I've been using AOSP extended as a daily driver on my Poco F1 ever since the first alpha build came out. So there it is, peeps. That will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.